Hey everybody, welcome back to Anthony's Horror and More, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 favorite Steelbooks. Hell yeah. Um, you know, these aren't in any particular order, they're just 10 of my favorite Steelbooks, with the artwork and everything. These are just the ones that I really gravitate towards. I like them a lot. This list could change tomorrow though, but as of right now, these are the ones I like the most, so let's go ahead and get into it. And please, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like. I'd appreciate it. Here we go. An American Werewolf in London. Now, the thing I love about this are the spot gloss that they put on the yellow eyes and also on the title. But I also really enjoy how they show the progression of Kessler. He's just a man leaving the slaughtered lamb, then he gets bit, and then he starts to become the werewolf, which I think is really nice. And then on the back, you have his friend who gets bit and killed, and then you see him, deteriorating and becoming the zombie ghost, which is really cool. And then you got the full image there. And then you got the inside artwork right here, which is really cool. And this is an Arrow Steelbook. Arrow right there. And I love that spine too, how the title takes up like pretty much the entire spine. It's nice. But yeah, it's a great one. Next up we got V for Vendetta. Yes. I think it's so cool how the daggers themselves form a V. Then you got the V in the middle. You got all the people regaining their independence down below, all wearing the masks. You got Hugo Weaving as V. You got Natalie Portman up top. You got the fireworks exploding in the background. There's a nice shine to them. And then, of course, you've got the rose on the back, which also has a little bit of a shine there as well. Then you got the full image. Now, this is a Warner Brothers Steelbook, which is pretty cool. Nice to see different studios putting out Steelbooks, And then this image always reminds me of The Shawshank Redemption every single time I see it. But yeah, very relevant movie to today, as film as we know it is being re-edited, censored, all sorts of stuff by these companies, especially Disney. They love changing things around. Movies like The French Connection, Splash, Lilo and Stitch, they've all been edited or censored in some way. And this movie deals with that. The government takes away music, it takes away movies and artwork, and anything that they deem unacceptable or taboo, they either destroy it or confiscate it from people. So very relevant to today. In some, obviously it's not that bad yet, but how you throw a stone in a pond and it has like that slow ripple effect. That's kind of what happens, So, yeah. Next, we got The Punisher Lionsgate Steelbook. This is my favorite Punisher, Thomas Jane. Such a badass. You got all the fire there forming the skull. This is actually the front right here. Yeah, did I have that in backwards actually? Let me show that again. It actually looks cool both ways. You can put it in that way. You got Thomas Jane right there. Like the glass being kind of like shot out, and that comes out. Or you can even put it the other way. Let's see. And that's badass too. Like either way it works because the skull forms perfectly in there, so you can do whichever way. Yeah, you gotta love that about these steelbooks. Lionsgate really does put the extra effort in. But there's Thomas Jane. He's got his badass gun. He's got the grenade launcher. It's got the scope. He's setting off all these explosions in the background. You see these cars flipping over and fire everywhere, forming the skull. So cool. You got the full image there. Yeah, and I just love that Thomas Jane, as the Punisher, he uses his brains just as much as he uses his brawn. He devises a plan and then he executes it perfectly, and I think that's so cool. you know, because other Punishers that we've seen, they're good at using their brawn and their weapons and stuff, but not so much using their brains to come up with a plan and, you know, like a mental game, you know, like, and I like that Thomas Jane does that. He plays just as much of a mental game as he does a physical game. So yeah. And then obviously this is really cool because right where the muzzle's at on both sides, it looks like, you know, the gun's going off. You get that muzzle flash, and then, you know, the disc holder here is kind of like the bullet coming out. You know, it's so sweet. I love how they did that. But yeah, that is the Punisher Lionsgate Steelbook. Definitely one of my favorites. Next up, we got Beetlejuice. Yes. The greens and purples on this are so nice. It's got a cool shine. You know, you got Beetlejuice, you know, and it's, you know, transforming into this like circus kind of a thing, you know, and you got the beetle on the background, or the beetle on the back there. You got the full image. I don't dare say his name 3 times. And yeah, even the disc artwork is cool. You know, you got the wedding going on there. And you got the, you know, sandworm, you know, on the disc, which I think is cool how it's like spiraling. Yep. And this is another Warner Brothers Steelbook, which is cool. Yeah, love that movie. All right. And we have Back to the Future, the 3-disc set. And this one's just so nice as well because you got that shine right where the fire is, you know. Looks like it's going to burn you, you know. Look at that. It's got, you know, the gloss on that is perfect. Then you open it up and you get the full image of the DeLorean. Going back in time. Yeah, and I just love the fonts, the orange and the yellows. Yeah, it's just so cool. And then you got just pretty basic disc art, nothing special except for on the bonus disc, which actually has a bit more going for it. And then you just got Doc Brown back there, and you got Marty. But yeah, it's a great one. Yeah, and it's the 30th anniversary trilogy. So yeah, it's got all 3 Blu-rays and, you know, all 3 movies on Blu-ray format, and then it's got the bonus disc as well. So nice set. I really like it. Limited edition. I believe I got this at Target back in the day. Yeah, it was Target. So very cool. Okay, so there's that one. And this is a Universal release. Universal put this out. I also like that the spine takes up the entire, or the title takes up the entire length of the spine. It's a nice touch. Very nice touch. I can't remember if I showed. Here's the Beetlejuice spine, which is nice. I like that purple on there. Yeah. All right. And then, can you see it on here? And I always like to point this out too, but on the Punisher Steelbook, because it's a Lionsgate, you got the first pressing there. I always like to point that out. First pressing. And Brian Goes Blue knows I love to point that out. But yeah, it's hard to see, but it says first pressing there. And there's the spine. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I like little details like that, like first pressing and stuff, because it just adds a little bit more to the value of it, like especially being a collector and knowing that, like, okay, this is the first pressing, and then everything after that is, you know, I don't know, hopefully they stop putting the first pressing on there, you know, like when they re-release them, so that way it's like, oh, cool, I've got like an original, which, you know, when you're a collector, you just like shit like that, you know, or at least most of us do, I don't know. Next up, we got Child's Play. Classic poster artwork. Anyone who knows me or the channel, I love Child's Play, especially the first 3. And it's got this cool blue hue about it. And now this was a Best Buy exclusive. through Scream Factory, and I just really dig the artwork on this a lot. So cool. And then it even continues on the disc art, you know, that blue hue. Yep. So, very nice, very nice. There's the spine. Yep. And then next we got RoboCop, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. RoboCop, one of my favorite films, and just, you know, once again, the poster artwork just works perfectly for this. It's got a nice, you know, shine to it, nice glossy finish. And there's the back. You got Delta City. The future has a silver lining. So cool. Yeah, just nice action pose there. And you got some cool disc art. You have 20 seconds to comply. Yep. Badass. Yeah, it's really nice shine to it. I kind of like that purple, you know, going throughout. Then you got the spine. Yep, another Arrow Steelbook. Next up, we got The Walking Dead Season 8. Now, this one's just really cool because, you know, you got Negan, you got Rick, they're going at it, they're going to war. You know, you got Negan's wielding Lucille, you got Rick with his python and his, you know, his machete. You got the zombies down below, and then you got Negan's crew of saviors here as they're entering Alexandria, you know, the city, their home. You got the zombie above because they're always looming over them. We are the Walking Dead. And then you got the back, which I think is just as cool, where you got the zombies and the pipes going through, you know, the zombie's mouth, and there's just walkers all over the place back there. And then you got all these different, like, you got Carl, you know, as he's, like, progressing in age throughout time, throughout the show. You know, you got little kid Carl right here with his mom when she's pregnant. And then you got Carl when he gets shot, and Rick's, you know, picks him up and he's running with him to get him some help. And then you got him a little bit older, you know, he's got the hat on and everything. And then, you know, he's getting older and older. You got him right here with the eye patch, you know, when he gets shot in the eye. And it's just so nice. I think they did a great job with this one. I really do. This is a Lionsgate Steelbook, by the way. And Groove actually had this steelbook in stock for a pretty good price. It was like $12.99, I think, on sale. I think that sale's over now, sadly, but it was they had a bunch of steelbooks on there for really good prices. So check out Groove, you know, keep an eye out when they have their next sale. There's some nice artwork, nice inside artwork, but yeah, there's some nice disc artwork. There is some nice inside artwork as well. Let me see if I can get these 8 million discs out. And of course, they stack the discs, which that's not something I like. But inside, you have some pretty sick artwork here. So I will show that off. Let's see. Yeah, I hate it when they stack the discs. I think we all do. See, inside artwork, you got Rick and his whole crew. You got Michonne, Carol, King Ezekiel, Carl, Maggie, Daryl. You got the tiger. And then over on Negan's side, you got Negan, you got Simon, you got Dwight, you've got oh, jeez, I just had his name in my head. Now it's slipped my... Eugene. You got Eugene. And I always forget what this lady's name is. I forgot what her... But yeah, she's like the leader of the trash people. Forgot what her name is. But yeah, really nice inside artwork on that. Because they're going to war, obviously, in this, you know. And that's what's great about Season 8 is you do get a lot of action and stuff. So I dig that. Very underrated season, in my opinion. Next up, we got The Last Action Hero, one of my childhood favorite movies. This has got just great artwork. You know, they're exploding through the movie screen. You know, this awesome like action pose. Arnold's just bursting through. He's holding the kid. The kid's got popcorn. You got, you know, the guy back here with the scythe, I forget, yeah, like an axe scythe thing. I don't know, whatever this thing is. This is really cool. And then, you know, you got the leader of the mob back here. You know, you got the whole movie theaters erupting. Yeah, it's just great, you know. And then you got a more simple image here, just a nice still shot from the movie itself, which I think is cool. He's just holding his gun. But yeah, I think they did a great job with this artwork because it really represents the movie well. Yeah. Explosion going off in the background there is crazy too. Nice disc art. But yeah, I love this. It's like a comic book, really, you know. Just looking at it, it's awesome. And finally, we have Jumanji, which this is badass because it looks like the classic board game. You know, you got all the animals on there, the hunter, you know, the inside the world of Jumanji, you know, the jungle and everything. And then on the back, it's boring. It's just, you know, but it's supposed to be a board game, so the back is just the back of the board. But this is sweet. And then, of course, I got to show the inside of this off. You know, you got the discs right there, the 4K and the Blu-ray. But then, look, you have all the rules of the game and everything. It's so cool. And then I got to show this, too. This is really neat. And then right here, you have the actual board game itself. Tell me that's not cool. Yeah, you got the board, so you got the rules on this side, and then you got the board game on the other side. It's just so nice. Jumanji. Yeah, so yeah, definitely love this Steelbook. So cool. They really put a lot of thought into this one, you can tell. So I like that. I like it when these companies put, you know, a little bit of thought and everything into it. You know, and the artists, you know, appreciate all the artists come up with this. And yeah, oh, and then this is a Sony Steelbook. Sony. Here's the spine. And I didn't say this one. This is a Sony Steelbook as well. This Last Action Hero. Sony. Yep. Nice Sony Steelbook here. And I don't think I said this one either. This is Lionsgate for The Walking Dead. Yeah. And it's a 5-disc set. But yeah, that's Lionsgate right there. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's my top 10. Please, in the comments down below, let me know what your top 10 is. I'd really appreciate it. Or not your top 10, but you can just leave. That'd be a lot. But let me know what, like, Steelbooks are your favorites, you know, some of your favorite ones. Yeah, I'd love to hear that. And maybe it'll give me some more ideas on new ones to buy. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.